Hey guys, how's it going? So it's METALHEADxLEE here again. So today I'm just bringing you some Sharpshooter on the map Plaza from Black Ops 2. Nothing special about this gameplay. I think I came second at the end, but today's topic is basically the frozen UK. So UK has got a bit of snow at the minute, and as usual people are complaining. Everything seems to stop just because a little bit of snow has fallen. So basically, first thing I want to talk about is snow good or bad? So I think a lot of people will say, there's good arguments for both sides. Obviously, if you're a kid, if you're going to school, snow is probably pretty good. You might get a day off school. The first thing you see, if there's snow, will I get off school? I hope I get off school. My bus won't be able to come. I won't be able to go to school. So, that's what a kid thinks. I mean, I was there. I live quite out in the country, so I went to school on a bus. So if there was snow, there was a pretty good chance that I wouldn't be able to go. So, the bad thing about snow is obviously, public transport stops working, airports, if you're going this time of the year as well, a lot of people are going back to university in England from Northern Ireland, so that they mightn't be able to get over. The roads are obviously slippy, so there's no chance of an accident if you're driving. More deaths. There's always a death when there's a bit of snow in the UK, which is unfortunate. But you'd think by now, there's been snow here for the last 50 years probably. You think that they could introduce something to make things safer. If the weather system is advanced now, they can predict the weather within weeks in advance. So there should be precautions in place in case there is snow. Because it is the time of the year. You think they'd use common sense to work out there may be snow. There's a good chance of it. UK is a developed country, pretty well developed. Countries like Sweden, they're also developed, but they get snow pretty much every year, and they get quite bad winters. They can handle it fine. They issue out tires for snow, so you can still drive. Their public transport's good. Airports don't close that much unless it's really bad. So, what excuse really does the UK have? So other things obviously as well, you get off school if you're a kid, if you're still at school, which is obviously kind of good. But, if you're at work, you might lose your pay. Everywhere is different. Some places will still pay, but it's not all good if you're an adult, if you're working. There's obviously a chance you mightn't get paid. So, other bad things is water freezes, pipes burst when it starts to thaw, which obviously if you don't have anyone around you, family, it could be expensive to get it fixed. You obviously could be without water. And some places here in Northern Ireland at the minute, I think in County Down, they're without power for the last few days. Which is really hard to believe when we're in this day and age that we can't deal with a little bit of snow. It's I don't know. It's really shocks me that we can't handle it. So. It was the same last year. We had a lot of snow. Maybe it was a couple of years ago. I can't remember. This time of the year as well. We had a few weeks. I remember I was off school for about a week when I was still at school back then, and yeah, water froze. I live on a farm, so it's the worst thing for me personally is the water freezing. You have to carry loads of buckets. We need hot water for washing stuff, and it's just a real pain in the ass to get everything. But yeah, there's more snow forecasted for this week in the UK. We've kind of been lucky here in Northern Ireland at the minute, or at least where I live. We haven't had that much. There was a few bit of snow a couple of days ago. It lay a little bit, but there was kind of rain here, so it didn't really lie. But it's really cold here at the minute, and probably if it snows now, the ground's pretty dry, so it probably will lie. So maybe, hopefully, it won't get it too bad here. 'Cause to be honest now, I don't really care if it snows when I'm not at school. I'm not going to get off anything. I still have to go outside and work on the farm. So yeah, I'd rather it didn't snow, or if it did snow, not freeze too much, which is kind of, I guess, not really a possibility. So I mentioned there's always usually a couple of deaths here, which is a tragedy, but it raises the question, do people really understand how serious a bit of weather like snow is? Do they understand how dangerous it is? Which I think some people don't, especially children. They go out and play. If they do get off school, they're out with their friends playing in the snow. But if you're at a roadside or something, if a car comes past, there is a possibility that it will slide if it sees children. Something that can happen, which is tragedy. But again, it raises the question: do people actually understand how a big of a threat it actually is? I'm looking at the news site here, and there's a warning that says the public should be aware of the risk and localise difficulty travel conditions. In icy surfaces, ice can be difficult to see, especially if it's lying on snow. You could slip, fall, break your leg, or you could even go through the ice if it's on a lake or something, which people have has actually happened here. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. That's kind of what it is. I don't see really why the UK can't deal with this better. I mean, of course, there's going to be a little bit of delay with any snow. I mean, airports, they have to clear the runway, but you know, it shouldn't take that long. They should have the measures in place. You know, they should have the machinery ready to go to clear everything. But actually, they haven't been too bad this year. I remember that when I mentioned there a couple of years ago, when it was a few weeks bad snow, you know, everything just stopped. Everything, you know, they didn't even seem to be able to do anything. I think it was kind of caught by surprise. But this year it hasn't been so bad. I think most flights now are back up and running. But really, it still raises the question: could it be done better? So that's about it, guys. Let me know what you think about all this. You know, obviously, if you live in America or somewhere like that, or a different country than the UK, you might not know what I'm talking about. But any of the UK guys that are watching this, or even the Irish guys, let me know what you think about this. You know, how has it been for you in your area? Or if you are living in America, tell me what it's like over there if there is snow. So yeah, let me know what you think of this commentary. It's a little something a bit different for me, as I usually talk about kind of different stuff about YouTube and games. But let me know what you think, and as always, stay tuned for the next video. Bye, guys.